I'm everywhere you never been and better than I ever been.
Classic.
Hey guys, so we all knew this video was coming. So without further ado, here's my review of the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the Beluga colorway. The official worldwide release date for the shoe was today, September 24th, and they dropped for a retail price of 220 USD or 300 Canadian dollars. The official colorway for this shoe is steel gray, beluga, and solar red. So here's a look at the V2 box. So on the top it has 350, and on the front it says Yeezy Boost 350 made by Adidas, adidas.com/Kanye. So unlike the V1 box that had a flap that you opened up to get the shoes, this one is more like a shelf style, so then you actually pull out and the shoes are inside. So just like the 350 V1, the V2 features an upper made up entirely of prime knit. So for this colorway, it features a prime knit mix of beluga and steel gray. And if you look really closely, you can see there's small hits of solar red that's found across the shoe. And it's highlighted by this very bold solar red stripe that says Supply 350 on it. So in pictures, this stripe looks like it's either painted on or screen printed. But in reality, it is prime knit material, and it's pretty cool how they were able to weave this pattern into the actual upper of the shoe. It also features the same sort of style of rope laces that's found on the V1. It also features this gray insole and the Adidas 3 stripes located on the back of the heel area. And around the ankle, there is additional padding that didn't exist in the V1. So I have my Turtle Dove 350 V1s here to do a side-by-side comparison. So looking at the overall shape, Adidas updated the 350s with a much more aggressive silhouette compared to the V1s. So it's a lot more angular and the cut is a lot higher compared to the previous version. So looking at the medial side of the V1, you can see that there's this suede patch, and the Boost midsole is the same height whether you're looking at it from the medial side or the lateral side. But the V2 has been updated, so no longer is that suede patch there anymore, but instead you can see that the Boost midsole actually comes up higher on the medial side than on the lateral side where it's relatively straight. So the midsole area on the V2 is also a lot thicker. So comparing these two side by side, you can see just how much higher this midsole area comes up to compared to the V1. So the outsole has also been updated. So in the V1, there's pretty much only these two horizontal slits that expose the Boost. Whereas in the V2, this has been updated, so it's kind of like a webbing or net-like pattern, and it shows off a lot more of the Boost material. The material on the outsole has changed as well. So in the V1, this outsole material was pretty stiff, and if I give it a squeeze, it's kind of hard to feel the Boost material underneath. But this has changed for the V2. So the outsole for this one is a lot less firm. And just by giving it a squeeze, you could see that you could really feel the bounciness and responsiveness of that Boost midsole coming through the outsole. So in my opinion, this change in the outsole actually impacts the comfort of the shoe. So the 350 V2s I feel actually are more comfortable than the V1s. You feel the responsiveness of the Boost midsole a lot more, especially in the heel area.
That's what happened, these habits is the pioneers. What do it take to be a legend like Nas is? Not so novice, I'm so polished. I got a right to be a little bit snob. I did a little bit of college semesters, it took two like...
So on the topic of sizing, this is where most of you probably have questions. So for all the colorways of the 350 V1, I had to go down a half size. But these actually fit a lot more snug than the V1s, and I had to go up a half size. So for these, I went with a 10.5, which I consider to be my true size. 10.5 is what I wear for my Ultra Boosts, for my Roshis, my Jordan 1s, Air Maxes. So I was able to try on the size 10, which is the size that I went with for my 350 V1s. And while it was fine from a length perspective, it was really the toe box area that was really constricting. So long story short, go up a half size from your previous 350 V1 size. So that would probably be either your true size or half size up, as these do run a lot more snug. here's some footage of how these look on feet.
You can't buy this, super flyness, like a shyness. Your highness, it's performing, look how long the line is. That's what happens, you make shit that's timeless. That's what happens, these habits is the pioneers.
So that wraps up my review of the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 in the Beluga colorway. Let me know in the comments below if you guys were able to get your hands on a pair, and what you guys think of the V2s versus the V1s. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at SGO8. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again in my next review.
I'm so novice, I'm so polished. I got a right to be a little bit snide.